subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.
This show is in association with ABC Group, ABC Prime Trade Private Limited. Mobile number +91 9845 002803. For more details, contact Mr. Deepak Malik. Phone number +91 9845 002803.
Namaste, konnichiwa. Welcome to the Nupur Tewari Show. Let's talk business. And today we have very special guest with us. And he is none other than Mr. Nakajo. And he is Executive Vice President of Jetro. Nakajo-san, konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa, namaste.
Namaste. The Nupur Tewari Show, Let's Talk Business e yokoso.
Yokoso. Thank you.
So Nakajo-san, you have vast experience dealing with India, between India and Japan. So we would love to know that how Jetro is supporting Japanese businessman or investor investing in India.
Okay. First of all, thank you for having me at your show. Let me start with introducing myself. I joined this company, Jetro. Jetro is a Japanese governmental organization who promote mutual investment and trade. And we were initiated in 1950s, late 1950s. It's been like 60 some years since our establishment. And we had a location in India from the very beginning of our history. Our area office was established in, I'd say, in 1962 or something. 65, maybe. I'm not sure. So
yeah, but in 60s.
Yeah, in 60s, yes. So initial task of our organization is promote Japanese export abroad, and our kind of focus, one of the focus was India at that time, mainly in textiles, light machineries, and from time to time, our mission was shifted to our import promotion when we worked eagerly to develop Indian export to Japan. And now we are doing in both ways. So we are helping Japanese exports, mainly investment to India, as well as Indian business deployment to Japan. And myself, I joined in our company in 1988 after my graduate from university, and I mainly engaged in investment promotion activities, mainly inviting investment from overseas. So in my career, India was not my focus. But as India has been working very hard to promote its inward investment, I was kind of selected as a head of Indian operation in 2016, just like 5 years ago. And my tenure was like 3 years in India. And after finishing my tenure in India, I was kind of like posted in this position. and now I'm working in investment promotion again, and administration, and all Southwest Asian affairs, mainly India. So that my kind of a career background.
So you were with Jetro 23 years after your university. 88.
88, so it's like my third year.
Okay, 88. So, oh yes, 33 years. Sorry,
Right.
I made a mistake. 33 years.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
so our mission is help Japanese. Initial mission is help Japanese company deploy its business in India. And well, India is one of the new destination for Japanese company. Japanese company has been there since 1980s. Those who they have a longer history, so the investment volume was increased after the multi the Suzuki establishment in 1982, I believe, 89. And from then on, investment flow began from Japan to India, and it's being gradually, not really steeply increasing, but it's being gradually increasing. And now we have around 1,500 Japanese company operating in India. So our initial task to give a kind of guidance, mitigate the risk of the investment by negotiating position to state government or such, and cooperation with the Indian embassy in Japan and Indian government. We also engage heavily in promoting India as an investment destination.
Okay. So
Mhm.
Jetro is promoting India as an investment destination.
Mhm.
So we are osewa ni natte orimasu. So, so do you think the investment India deserves or India actually should have, it is not happening what we can see, because my 18 years life in Japan, what I can see that definitely big companies, definitely they're going to India, but MSME especially, they are finding it very difficult. And the Japanese investor and Japanese businessman, they don't find India is very easy destination, though it is my own country, but I'm getting these kind of feedback. And you lived in India for 3 years, and you have been dealing with Indian businessmen and all the state government. So, why do you think it is happening?
All right. I could say, what shall I start with? Okay. Whether if it is if it is difficult or not, if there's some kind of certainty or necessity to go to India, a business will go. And biggest kind of advantage or allure of Indian business climate is prospective of its market. Younger generation, growing market, and this is a kind of last emergent market in this world. So people always considering India as business destination. But this kind of certainty is not really came up to the necessity. What we observed in China in 1990s and in ASEAN nations in 1990s they just go without thinking. But when it comes to India, some people are stopping and start considering whether they should go to India or not. It is not necessarily the investment climate or the ease of business, ease of life, but there's some elements are lacking in India. In the I'll give you one figure. In ASEAN nation, there are some 13,000 companies operating, and in China, I think more than 20,000, and in India, as I said, 1,500.
1,500 only.
Oh yes. So what this difference came from? Ease of business, ease of life is there. I mean, the is there, but I'm now looking at the firm and the strong supply chain has not been built between India and Japan. Japanese, say, industrial ecosystem or supply chain was spread out from Japan to China, Japan to ASEAN nation. So, and it was protected by the free trade or trade agreement between these nations. So they go to ASEAN as they go to some Japanese regional areas. I'm going to Thai, I'm going to Hokkaido, same thing, maybe. There's a difference, but they are kind of in their kind of sentiment. This kind of their kind of thought is not so different. Also, when they go to India, right? Need to go to India. What the necessity is there. So this industry ecosystem or linkage between these East Asia and Southeast Asia between India has not been completely built. So there's a sentiment, there's awareness of the Indian business future, but they cannot step in because this linkage is still a little bit vacant.
Mm-hmm. So what we can do, because Modi government also, as you know, Prime Minister Modi is very much keen bringing more Japanese investment, Japanese companies, and we have like long cultural bond from so many thousands of years, and we're so close culturally. But why it is not happening the way it should happen in business? What we should do, Nakajo-san?
Okay. One issue is India is big market, but it's very kind of price competitive market. So for a Japanese company, it is not easy to make profit in India. And to meet their kind of return of investment, it's take longer time. And so we cannot touch upon that because, price sensitive market is the nature of India, India market. We cannot change it. But what we could do is that how to create kind of awareness of India as export base to the further market. Japan made ASEAN as its industrial market, but Japan made ASEAN as an export base to the third country. Japan made China be an export base to the third country. Well, they are exporting to Japan as well. So there's a kind of a supply chain, very kind of a dense supply chain was built. And Japan is considering to, or say, Japanese products or technology are kind of requested by the global nationals. And we need to deploy our product to the country like, say, Africa, country like the Middle East, country like Central Asia, country like Russia, and India could be a base, manufacturing base, supply chain base, any business base for Japanese company.
So India can be base, and from India, they can export to other countries.
They can export to China, they can export to Japan, they can export to ASEAN. So to be a kind of part of our global value chain, our kind of industry could be more easily go and invest, operate in India. But there's some kind of a concern as well. So one is the infrastructure, very weak port system, very weak logistic infrastructure. Now, if electricity comes to be better, but the water supply and sewage control is very, very strict. So there's some concern over infrastructure.
So, Nakajo-san, and there are different state government that they would love to know, like what really Japanese are thinking, before they come. So, we can just convey this message to different state government that what they need to develop, like as you said, infrastructure, water, electricity, and the weak port system. You said,
yeah.
So that should be developed. That should be totally developed, right?
Road and port is the first thing.
Okay.
Indian government have to consider. The industrial base of Japanese company are scattered in the Indian territory. So the biggest kind of industrial cluster is spread out near Delhi to Haryana to Rajasthan, that area. They are using Nebashima port in Mumbai. And there's a huge investment made, and there are huge infrastructure project is going on, which is a Delhi-Mumbai industrial corridor. So that kind of, strong initiative by the Indian government is kind of required.
Okay. And don't you think, Nakajo-san, that even though in Japan also there are a lot of less awareness about India? Because when we talk about India, most of the Japanese, they think India means kare and heavy toka. So maybe we should just work maybe spreading India and the good side of India also.
Yes. Oh, yes. When you go to the bookshop, I could say a business guide of China. I could see a business guide of US. I could see a business guide of ASEAN nations. But I see a little about India.
Yes.
So these kind of information dissemination in a very kind of a fair view is kind of required. And I think people like Tewari-san have to be more.
Arigatou gozaimasu. No, definitely, we have to do together because to make people more aware about India, that India is not only correct, India is not unsafe. India is there are a lot of good things. So I think that is also our role here, being in Japan, to spread that good side of India, so we can bring more and more investment and Japanese businessmen we can take to India. So one more thing I would like to know, Nakajo-san, that Indian product also, Indian businessmen, they also want to come to Japan. So how Jetro is helping there?
Well, okay. Our focus at this moment is Indian digital, and create a kind of digital partnership between Japan and India. And we are closely working with the Embassy of India in Japan and the Indian government. We currently created a digital-based platform to connect Japanese corporate to Indian startups, which we call J-Bridge, Japan Innovation Bridge. The kind of paradigm change made around 3 years ago. So before that, Japan corporate tend to prefer develop its kind of a system or technology in-house. This was kind of dominant in 1980s, 90s. Gradually, Japanese companies shifted to open innovation style in 2010, but it was kind of a gradually, not gradually, largely changed kind of its thought in around 2-3 years ago. So now many Japanese corporates are seeking to develop its business methodology, technology, or the new business creation by partnering with foreign startups. It can be Japanese startups, but they wanted to obtain more kind of external resources to their management or development. And one of the focus is India, was its kind of burst human talent. And it kind of eagerness for creating a new business or creating a new value. And please come to our website and search J-Bridge.
J-Bridge.
Just J-Bridge. And you can see kind of our system, and you can connect easily to the Japanese corporate. When you have a kind of excellent technologies and know-hows, ideas, and such.
Wonderful. That's a good news for the Indian companies, That's a very good news for Indian companies. And I'm sure those who are watching, viewers, they'll go to J-Bridge and they'll find out more about it.
Oh, yeah. And those who developed Japanese business, we are also helping Indian companies establish a startup in Japan by giving them consultations. We are renting out free office space for certain periods. We are giving kind of professional services like accounting, visa application, and such and such. This is just like investment promotion agency of the many other countries do have. So we do have that kind of function.
Wonderful. These are very valuable information, actually. Many people, they don't know. So I'm sure that through this program, they will come to know and they will just contact Jetro through the website.
Yeah. And also, apart from website, we do have a physical 5 site in Japan, in India. We have Delhi, we have one in Mumbai, one in Chennai, one in Bengaluru, and one in Ahmedabad. So you can, now it's kind of lockdown period, but when it comes to normal, please knock on our door.
Definitely.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah. So this is Delhi, Mumbai, Ahmedabad, Bengaluru, and Chennai.
Yes.
Nakaji-san, why not in Kolkata?
Oh, that's a question. There's so many controversy over this.
Okay.
So you're hiding about this also there.
Okay, got it. Maybe some other time we can solve this problem and we can have the office in Kolkata also. Yeah.
But are you Bengali?
Yes, I'm from West Bengal. Yes.
I've been working very close with the Bengal Chamber people.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So one of the reasons I didn't establish an office in Kolkata is I love Kolkata and I always wanted to visit there.
Maybe next time we can go together with some investment.
Oh yeah, and enjoy biryani of Kolkata.
Yes. So looking forward to take you to Kolkata next time after Corona.
Yes.
So Nakaji-san, thank you so much for your valuable time and so many information. I'm sure the viewers, they will learn so many things through this interview and immediately they will just go log into Jetro website and they will just access whatever facilities Jetro is giving. Really, hontoni arigatou gozaimashita. Hontoni.
Thank you very much for having me. And I'm really kind of enjoy this kind of chat with you. And let us keep in touch and let's work together.
Yes, let's work together. And again, thank you so much for your time and thank you so much for your information. And arigatou gozaimashita and namaste.
Thank you very much. Welcome. Thank you very much. Namaste.
Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.